Welcome to this explainer. Imagine this. You're working your tail off for 40 years, putting in those really long hours, just doing everything you were taught to do, right? Only to wake up one day and realize that the traditional financial system was literally designed to keep you struggling. Well, today, we are pulling completely back the curtain on the silent wealth killers operating right now in the U.S. economy. We're going to expose this rigged economic machine and, more importantly, reveal the exact step-by-step blueprint the top 1% are using to build and protect massive wealth in 2026. Okay, let's just dive right into this because this is a harsh reality we all really need to confront. The system was designed to keep you broke. Look, most people aren't struggling financially because they don't work hard. That's a massive misconception. We know you work hard, but you might be struggling because you're playing a game where you don't even know the rules. It's like a giant puzzle where half the pieces are hidden. The system actually thrives on a lack of financial education, and honestly, it's working exactly as intended. So to level the playing field, here is our masterclass syllabus for financial independence. Today we're covering 1. The rigged economic machine. 2. The credit card cage. 3. The deception of cash. 4. The wealth building machine. And 5. Building your exit strategy. Let's get to it. Starting right off with part 1, the rigged economic machine. Like I said, you are playing a game with hidden rules. If you're like most people, you're probably feeling a pretty severe economic pinch right now. Every single trip to the grocery store feels like your money just isn't going quite as far, doesn't it? Well, there's a mathematical reason for that. The dollars sitting idle in your traditional bank account are losing value every single second. What Wall Street markets to us as the safe American dream, getting a steady job, parking your money in a standard checking account, is actually a silent wealth killer. Which brings us nicely to part 2, the credit card cage. The grand illusion of the American dream. This right here is the very first massive psychological trap we've got to dismantle. Debt is aggressively marketed to you as freedom, right? Like it's just this handy tool to get whatever you want instantly. But notice that staggering number, greater than 20%. With interest rates soaring above 20% on everyday credit cards, that little bit of convenience quickly morphs into a financial death trap. Honestly, the math makes it practically impossible to ever get ahead when you're swimming against that kind of current. Let's clearly define your reality if you're caught in this trap right now. You become a profit center. When you only make those minimum credit card payments, you essentially stop being a valued customer in any traditional sense of the word. Instead, you become this direct, highly reliable funding source for their massive quarterly profits and those fancy marble-floored bank lobbies. Because of that brutal reality, here is rule number 1. Kill high-interest debt before investing. Consider this the first absolutely authoritative directive of our explainer today. No investment on earth, I don't care how hot the stock tip is or how amazing the real estate deal sounds, will ever consistently beat that 20+% interest you're handing over to a bank. You have to plug the holes in your boat before you try to sail across the ocean. Make sense? So, once that debt is finally cleared, we run into our next hurdle. Section 3. The deception of cash, or why safe is actually incredibly dangerous. Okay, we need to completely dismantle the societal myth that piling all your money into a standard savings account is some genius move. You've got traditional savings, which is really just a slow, guaranteed erosion of your purchasing power. And up against it, inflation, the ultimate silent wealth killer. Your bank balance might technically say the exact same number every month, but the actual goods and services that money can buy, shrinking every single day. So the crucial point here, the big takeaway, is that cash is trash unless it is actively deployed into assets. The wealthy completely understand that cash isn't meant to be hoarded under a mattress or left sitting idle in a checking account. It's a tool. It's meant to be put to work. And making that fundamental mindset shift creates the perfect pivot to our solution. Welcome to Section 4, the wealth building machine, compounding while you sleep. We've thoroughly exposed the traps, so now it's time to empower you. Here is the rapid-fire, highly actionable blueprint. Step 1, kill high-interest debt. Step 2, invest in S&P 500 index funds. Step 3, use tax-advantaged accounts. Seriously, this is the exact, totally unglamorous yet ridiculously effective blueprint the top 1% use to build massive generational wealth over time. Let's just zoom in on step 2 for a second.
low-cost S&P 500 index funds. By utilizing this specific tool, you aren't trying to nervously guess and pick individual stock winners. Nobody has time for that. Instead, you're placing a highly calculated bet on the 500 most successful, profitable companies in the world. You're just letting the pure mathematical power of compounding do all the heavy lifting for you while you're literally sleeping. And step 3, this is your ultimate shortcut. Notice the stark contrast here. Standard investing means you're going to pay heavy taxes on your growth, which leaves potentially millions of dollars on the table over a lifetime. Millions. But the wealth architect approach? By using vehicles like a Roth IRA or a 401k, you unlock tax-free growth. Optimizing your taxes through these specific accounts is quite literally the ultimate shortcut to financial independence. I really want to anchor this concept in your mind right now. Say it with me. It is not just about what you make, it is about what you keep. You could easily earn a massive top-line salary. But if you're just giving it all right back through high-interest debt and completely avoidable taxes, you will never, ever escape the machine. Which naturally brings us to our final section, Part 5, Building Your Exit Strategy, Diversification in 2026. Now that you know exactly how the wealth machine operates, we need to architect a truly bulletproof life for yourself. And here is a pretty stark reality check for you. Right now, in 2026, relying on a single 9-to-5 job is absolutely the riskiest move you can make. The days of total corporate loyalty are largely gone, and whole industries can shift practically overnight. If you only have one single source of income, you are perpetually just one bad day or one random corporate restructuring away from total financial panic. To avoid that panic, you need multiple safety nets. Let's look at some diversification tactics for 2026. Whether it's through acquiring real estate, building up some side hustles, or leveraging AI to rapidly scale digital businesses, these are actionable, proven ways to ensure your money is working hard for you across different sectors. This completely insulates you from any single point of failure. So as we wrap up, I want to leave you with one very provocative question. Will you go back to the status quo, or will you build your exit strategy today? Remember, the system is not actually broken. It's working exactly as it was intended to keep you dependent and producing for everybody else. But now that you clearly see the hidden rules of the game, the choice to finally master your money is entirely yours. Start building your freedom today, and I will see you in the next explainer.